So as I said earlier, guys, our goal when on the ground is to get back up as quickly as possible. And in so doing, if I'm also able to get the person down at the same time I go up, even better. I think this relates most closely to tactics in water polo, where you're trying to get your head up and plunge them under the surface. And we want to keep this as simple as possible. So if I see, I'm going to have a simple isolation drill with my partner here. If I see that I'm getting hit and I'm absorbing, as we saw in the previous drill, it's possible to chase the impact and go back to its origin to smother it. All I want to do is hug in any way that I can that arm. I can either go past it, right? Or very often when there's a lot of knees and hits coming in, I want to smother it so that there's less impact. And the real goal is stay as stuck as possible so the tools are less effective, and I want to spiral up. Almost the opposite of sliding down a fire pole, I want to go up. So I'm going to stay hugged, hide, get to the back if I can, and climb up. I can do this by any means necessary. If I'm taking hits at the same time and I need to use cloth, I do it. If I need to grab groin or arm, I do anything I need to get up. So first and foremost, stick. Secondly, spiral. Another thing to think of, we talk of getting them down. We talk about getting them down. When we deal with structure in combat systema, we want to look for a victory of inches, take them apart piece by piece. We're not concerned with trying to take him down in one massive movement. And so when we talk about structure, we imagine there's an imaginary baseline running between his heels. Any force or movement that pushes him along that baseline is likely to cause him to stumble, and necessarily will cause one leg, in this case it'll be this leg at first, to become the load-bearing density, and the other leg to sort of be a void floating in the air. So if I've recovered and I've climbed up around that pool, as I come up, it's quite easy for me to push up on a 45-degree angle and temporarily destabilize him. And that will make it very hard for him to use the leg that's trapped. His first reflex is always to get that free. He'll be latching with the hand. The other leg's required for support, so it can't fire an accidental knee, and it becomes very hard for him to square his hips. Right? So I'm in that position. I'm immediately driving and climbing up his body by any means necessary. And you can train this slowly. Gav is a very fit, lean guy, but you can still grab meat right through the shirt, pec, anything I can get up to the head. And if there's multiples particularly, I'm looking to use him for a shield, take him down and then finish him, which we'll cover briefly. So in the previous drill, we saw that as I climb up, if I drive into that imaginary baseline, I'm likely to steal their balance and cause them to stumble. And the second essential principle for breaking structure is the notion that if instead of going on the baseline, I move towards a perpendicular intersect, I dissect that baseline, then I'm more likely to drive somebody down. As a two-legged creature, we're perpetually seeking that so-called triangle point, that third point where I would like to have stability to be a perfectly balanced tripod. So if I move George, whatever foot moves will naturally go to some manner of intersect on that baseline. It'll make a triangle of some form, these being the first 2 points, that third step, that third point being the completion of the triangle. So the goal in triangulation to put somebody down is that I want to bring them to that point faster than they can step, or block that point, or block those legs from moving and take them down. And this is, as a general rule of thumb, any handle that you grab, you're seeking to drive it down on a 45-degree axis. So it could be attacking just the cervical arch, the neck. It could be stabilizing underneath the thoracic arch, the spine, the shoulders. Or if I want to take the wholeness of the lumbar, common mistake is to go in the lower back, which actually braces the core and makes it quite strong. I want to go right to the base of the tailbone, so that's easier to take down. Similarly, if I'm getting somebody into a state of resistance where there's an arch, if I strike, I should be looking to strike always to that triangulation point to help them go down. So a very simple drill we can do, as I'm recovering, I can climb up and then look at how I can use those handles that I used to climb up to put him down without needing to change the grip. From any position, stick, climb, and put him down right away. You can do this as slowly as you wish and there will be advantage. Right? Again, any position, get up, stumble him, and triangulate him down. Get up, stumble him down to that triangle point. If I'm using an arm, for example, to help pull myself up, I don't simply want to pull it parallel to the planet where he's stable. I want to pull him to the triangulation point. I just happen to be occupying it. So as he comes down, as I come up, and then I can finish.